Doñana, another world. Doñana, in the remote past, was covered by the sea. The sea later became a great lake called Ligure by the Romans. And from the banks of the Guadalquivir to the Atlantic shore, a borderland between history and myth came to be formed. The earliest history of the people who inhabited Doñana is clothed in the mist of legend. The ancient city of Atlantis recently sought in the heart of the marshlands the mythical Tartessian kings, Geryon, Gargoris and Habidis, whose legend has kept alive the image of oxen grazing in the Guadalquivir marshes, and are said to have taught our ancestors beekeeping and farming. Alongside this, the real history, a civilization of miners and traders with a just king, Argantonius, and priceless treasures like the one found at El Carambolo. Inhabitants who left their mark on a stela is one of the very few documents exhibiting the writing of the people of Doñana, as well as their devotion to the love goddess Astarte. These were the Tartessians who lived between Mures, now Villa Manrique de la Condesa, and San Lucar de Barrameda. We are looking back over 3,000 years. Centuries later, the Guadalquivir Valley came under the influence of the Roman civilization and later under that of the Muslims, who brought new names to towns and settled on farmsteads and in farming hamlets. With the Christian conquest, the lands were resettled or granted to different families for their services to Christian kings. The discovery and conquest of the Americas gave new prominence to the towns with links to Columbus's achievement and the river Guadalquivir, the port of entry for trade with the West Indies. Starting in the 19th century, the many expeditions and hunting parties venturing into the area promoted a romantic vision of Doñana as an enclave of unexplored nature and revealed to the world its extraordinary natural value. This was the preamble to the valuation, protection and international debut of Doñana in the 20th century. But the region's essential nature stems from its ecological and cultural diversity. The combined action of Doñana's natural and human components has created a heritage site that has become an international referent. Doñana is change and confluence. Every feature of its territory owes its existence to the coming together of sand and clay, of the Mediterranean and Atlantic domains, of the natural ties between Europe and Africa. The landscapes of the Doñana natural area constitute a highly biodiverse assemblage comprised of fossil and mobile dunes, Mediterranean woodland and scrubland, beaches opened to the Atlantic Ocean action, ecotones like the Vira or heathland and the marshland, one of the most important and valuable wetland areas in Western Europe. Doñana's biological wealth is indisputable. Its ecosystems are home to a countless number of plant and animal species, some quite emblematic, like the Iberian lynx and the Spanish imperial eagle. In addition to this, Doñana is a stopping place, a breeding ground and a wintering area for multitudes of European and African bird species. Enjoying and discovering this unique environment is within reach of the public. Any time of year is good to get to know Doñana. Visitors centers, walking trails and guided tours let visitors venture deep into the essence of this World Heritage Site. Fully comprehending this land would not, however, be possible if we overlook the cultural features. The key to them is found in how the land was traditionally used and the crafts that this entailed. Hunting, livestock breeding, fishing and shellfish gathering, woodland and salt pan exploitation and beekeeping are some of the principal ways in which the area has been put to use. These practices have presently given way to new methods of development, like aquaculture, ecological farming and sustainable tourism, which are found in the towns of Matalascañas and Masagon, the village of El Rocío, which has undergone enormous growth in recent years, and in Isla Mayor. 3 developmental models that, thanks to the combined efforts of everyone involved, coexist today in a single protected area. Doñana is a national referent when it comes to sustainability policies. Not surprisingly, Spain's first Sustainable Development Plan was devised for this area. Today, its spirit imbues not just public institutions, but has fully transfused throughout the area's socio-economic spectrum. 21st century Doñana is a complex entity displaying a diverse range of concepts. Intact nature, ancient culture, natural refuge, local tradition, reverence for horses, centuries-long goddess worship leading up to the veneration of the Virgin del Rocío, art, endangered species that have been with us for thousands of years, sharing the same territory, elver fishermen and charcoal makers, endangered professions, Gerion's oxen and Mostrenca cattle, the mares of Abdurrahman, and the annual roundup known as the Saka. Doñana. Almonte, Aznalcázar, Bollullos del Condado, Boñares, Hinojos, Isla Mayor, La Puebla del Río, Lucena del Puerto, Moguer, Palos de la Frontera, Pilas, Rociana del Condado, Sanlúcar de Barrameda, Villamanrique de la Condesa. All together, 14 separate identities sharing the same history and future. Doñana, another world. A space for man and nature where all you feel and perceive comes together as one. An ecological and cultural universe inviting you to discover its many paths.